This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
The Titan Classic continues here at Carl Albert High School with our next game, a girls matchup between the Collinsville Cardinals and the Carl Albert Titans. The Titans coming in at 14-1 on the season. Collinsville at 7-7. This game is brought to you by J.R. Rowlett Realty. The 2025 Titan Classic is brought to you in part by J.R. Rowlett. Let J.R. Rowlett find the perfect home today. Call 405-445-8971. As they get ready to introduce the starting lineups on the floor, the starting lineups are brought to you by Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly. Using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration, play better and recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic.
All right, Sean, great to be with you. Welcome back, by the way.
Oh, good to be back.
Yeah, as we didn't have a men's tournament last year. So we only had half the tournament. Now we just have an invitational, a classic, if you will. And this is an interesting matchup because Collinsville from the East is a team that's good, a school that's good in a lot of different 5A sports. And they've played Carl Albert in baseball many times, in football, even knocked out Carl Albert in football. Otherwise, Carl Albert would have like 9 championships in a row. And men's basketball, but we haven't seen them on the women's side yet, or girls basketball, I guess it's called at the high school level. But either way, interesting matchup as usual. We've had really competitive games so far. I'm looking forward to another one. Yeah,
really close games so far all day long today, so hopefully that continues as the evening progresses. 2 more games to go. First, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Collinsville Cardinals. As I mentioned before, 7-7 on the season, coached by Kaylin DeCamp. At guard, a 5'6 junior, Hayden McDowell, a 5'6 junior guard, Kobe Brader, a 5'8 junior forward, Jenna Christian, a 5'8 senior guard, Kate Reed, and a 5'8 junior post player, Anna Appleberg. Now for the starting lineups for the Carl Albert Titans, 14-1 on the season, coached by Kyle Ritchie. At guard, a 5'3 freshman, Kelly Kesner. At guard, a 5'4 senior, Evie Mitchell. At guard, a 5'7 junior, Jakari Brown. At guard, a 5'6 freshman, Addison Purcell. And at guard/forward, a 5'8 sophomore, Malia Hatchett. And right away, Jordan, I can tell a lot of youth on this Carl Albert roster. 2 freshmen in the starting lineup.
Yes, and what's interesting, they had their best freshman may not even be in the starting lineup here. Well, Jordan Richardson, so we look forward to seeing that. And yeah, they do have a couple seniors they rely on, Sean, but they don't have a senior that really carries the load. So those things make me very optimistic about Carl Albert in the future. Right now, there's still some adjustment period for them because they lost 3 good seniors and 2 sophomores from last year's team that moved out. And so they're still kind of figuring some things out, but in the meantime, Coach Rich has done a good job with this team because they are undefeated in district play so far. And so they're on a good rhythm right now. They haven't played their toughest game yet. That will be Tuesday when they play El Reno.
That one, defending state champion, that should be a great matchup in Class 5A girls basketball. Could be a potential state championship matchup in the regular season. So
absolutely,
definitely want to get out and see that one. Once again, our starting lineups are brought to you by Dynamic Health. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries and is able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic as we get ready to jump here to get this game underway. Jumping for the Titans is going to be Audrey Plunkett, the 5'11 junior. And for the Cardinals, it looks like it's going to be the 5'8 senior, Kate Reed. as we get ready to get underway here with the night session of the Titan Classic.
Neither team particularly tall, and that's a good thing for Carl Albert because they definitely have a lot of team speed. We'll see if they have that advantage against the Cardinals.
The Titans easily win the jump and have the ball to start the game. It's Jakari Brown on the right wing. Passing back and forth are the Titans along the perimeter. Brown is going to shoot it from three from the corner, and she knocks it down to get it started. That three-pointer is brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. Choctaw at 405-281-6700 and Del City at 405-670-3665. As we have a 10-second count on the floor, so that's going to give the ball back to the Titans. This first half brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City.
Hayden Harrell with the pressure forced that. Hayden Harrell, as you can see, she's a very sure ball handler, as it comes from a great family in Carl Albert basketball.
Another three-pointer is no good for Titans, but the rebound and putback also no good. That was Mitchell there with the rebound. Full court pressure now by the Titans on the Cardinals. They get it across half court this time.
Yeah, Mitchell just rushed the shot. She was so quick. She was almost too quick.
McDowell over on the wing into the hands of Appleberg. They work it down on the low block. They get it back out on the wing for the three-pointer on the way. It's too hard. Rebound goes to Evie Mitchell for the Titans, and there's a jump ball called. It's going to keep the ball with Collinsville.
So important when you get that rebound, you try to chin the ball, and if you rebound in the middle of the paint like that, try to get rid of it soon. Even if you're a guard, you need to. There's too much congestion in the paint. Defense will often try to force a jump ball.
McDowell inbounds for the Cardinals. Now they get that out to Brader, who resets the offense. Down in the left corner, it's Christian. Now over to Brader. She takes it in a low block, then kicks it back out. And they reset the offense up top. McDowell being guarded very closely and has the ball poked away by Brown. She's able to recover it on the floor. Now there's a fight for it, and it ends up in the hands of Collinsville, but they're going to call a foul on the floor.
On Brown.
That one's going to go on Jakari Brown, like you said. That's her first personal, first team foul against the Titans.
That's one of the tougher things to call when there's a loose ball on the floor and both players dive for that ball. And they sometimes call it as a turnover, by the way, forced by Harrell. Though sometimes they'll call a foul on the player on top, and sometimes they don't.
Hayden McDowell there for the Cardinals, called for the carry. Gives the ball back to the Titans with 6:13 remaining in the first quarter. Titans lead 3-0. Hayden Harrell into the corner to Mitchell. Mitchell back to Harrell up top. Now Brown has it. Has her pass deflected and stolen by Kobe Brader.
You don't often see that happen to Brown. It was a pretty quick play there on defense.
Into the lane is McDowell. She tries to get rid of it over to Kate Reed, but the ball sails over Reed's head out of bounds, and it's another Cardinal turnover here early. 5:45 remaining in the first.
Yeah, so they're going to bring Avery Oder in. I don't know if that's because of the turnovers or some other reason.
Harrell dribbling to her left, hands it off to Plunkett. Plunkett into the corner to Hatchett. Hatchett has the ball deflected out of bounds off Collinsville.
Of course, I'm going to mention this every time we do Carl Albert girls basketball, but there's a lot of famous last names with Carl Albert, including Malia Hatchett, whose dad is the head coach of Del City Boys.
Lenny Hatchett, correct?
That is correct.
Now Brown into the lane. Floater is up. Too hard. Bounces out. Rebound goes to Collinsville into the hands of Jenna Christian. Once again, the Titans, very tough defense, full court pressure, but the Cardinals get it across. Get the ball, try to get it into the post, and it's deflected away. Ends up in the hands of Hayden Harrell. The Titans with Plunkett underneath the basket. It's deflected away. She gets it back. Now she's going to drive baseline, puts up the shot over to the defender. No good. Rebound goes to Anna Appleberg. Ball goes out of bounds. Now they're going to call it foul, excuse me. That one's going to be on Plunkett.
I was waiting for Audrey Plunkett to make an aggressive move, and she did. But then the Collinsville closed in on her very well. That was a very tough baseline shot she was attempting.
That's the first personal foul on Plunkett and the second team foul against the Titans with 4:45 remaining in the first. Christian gets the ball underneath, passes it back out to the perimeter to Reed. Three-pointer on the way is no good from Kobe Brader. Rebound is saved by Carl Albert, but ends up in the hands of Collinsville, and they'll reset the offense here with 4:24 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, but Harold did the right thing. She saved it towards the other basket.
Jump shot on the way, and it is good for Avery Oder. She just checked in that last time out and cuts the lead to 3-2 Titans.
Yeah, so the first basket for Collinsville comes from a player who didn't even start. You don't see that very often.
No, it's not a normal thing. Now a three-pointer is on the way for Hatchett. Off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Anna Appleberg. Appleberg at 5'8", one of three players on this Collinsville starting lineup that stand at 5'8". Jump shot on the way from the free throw line is no good for Kate Reed. Ball ends up in the hands of Hayden Harrell. Harrell quickly up court to Evie Mitchell. Mitchell tries to go underneath the basket but decides to pull it back out. Now Hatchett has it into the lane, directly at her defender. Excuse me, that was Audrey Plunkett.
Yeah, Audrey Plunkett can quiet the first 2 or 3 minutes. But she's been very aggressive the last few possessions, including a pull-up three that I'm not loving yet from her, but she does other things really well.
That foul is going to go on Jenna Christian, her first personal and the first team foul against Collinsville, who steal the entry pass.
I don't know what Evie Mitchell was doing with that one.
Ella Armstrong, who just checked in with the steal. Down in the corner, long jump shot on the way is no good. Rebound to Plunkett. Plunkett up
Nice
court.
pass.
Just a perfect pass into the hands of Harrell, who isn't able to finish, unfortunately, and there's a jump ball called on the rebound with 3:01 remaining in the first.
It was a perfect pass, but Harold, when she shot, it was a bit too far into the basket, especially since she wanted to scoop it in, and now Carl Albert will make their first sub.
Jordan Richardson set to inbound. You mentioned her in the pregame.
So she's a second sub, yeah.
Another one of those talented freshmen. Her inbounds pass is stolen by Kate Reed. So Collinsville trails by one with 2:54 left in the first. Into the lane, the scoop shot is no good for Hayden McDowell. Rebound to the Titans. Quickly up court, it's Carl Albert. Jump shot in the lane, no good there for Carl Albert. That was Jakari Brown on the shot.
She hit her first three-point attempt. Carl Albert has not scored since.
I think that was on their first possession, actually.
Yes.
Kate Reed with the ball and then passes it over in the corner. It's a Christian. Now McDowell has it on the right corner into the paint, but her shot is blocked by Plunkett. Now back comes Carl Albert the other way. The pass is deflected. It's going to go out of bounds off Collinsville with 2:04 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, again, Jordan Richardson, a very talented freshman, but she is trying to thread the needle on some of her passes. That one almost stolen. And by the way, one of the subs for Carl Albert, I should have mentioned, Kinley Sutton. He's catching the ball there, right there. She can also hit the three-point shot.
Sutton gets it underneath into the hands Richardson. Then they get it back out to restart. Now Sutton, cross-court pass, now down into the corner. Three-pointer on the way is short for Richardson. Rebound goes to Collinsville. Pass is stolen, deflected and stolen by the Titans. And back comes Plunkett. She's going to take it the whole way off the glass and in for two. And the Titans increase their lead to 5-2 with 1:31 left to play here in the first quarter. Titan Classic brought to you by J.R. Rowlett Realty. Client focused, results driven. Call J.R. Rowlett for all your real estate needs. 405-445-8971. Entry pass into the hands of Reed, and Reed puts it off the glass for two. That cuts the lead to one. 5-4 Titans. Now a three-pointer the other way for the Titans is no good. That was Kinley Sutton on the
not
shot.
Shy. She is not shy from three-point range. Neither was her sister Cam Sutton. You may remember her from 2 years ago. She let those threes fly in the Titan Classic.
Another three-pointer on the way, and it is good for Collinsville. That's Kobe Brader. That three-pointer brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Here's another three-pointer on the way for Sutton, and she knocks it down.
So that was clean because she was already set before she caught it. She didn't have to move her feet and adjust like she did to the previous three-point attempt. Good pass from Audrey Plunkett.
Under 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The Titans lead Collinsville 8-7. Here in the Titan Classic. Kate Reed. Now into the hands of McDowell. McDowell spin move, picks up her dribble, gets it off. Long two on the way is no good. Rebound goes to Sutton, and that's going to bring an end to the first quarter. We're after one. The Carl Albert Titans lead the Collinsville Cardinals 8-7. You're watching the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Second quarter about to get underway here at the Titan Classic. First half brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Carl Albert with the lead, 8-7 as we get underway here in the second quarter. Collinsville trailing by one, working the ball down low. Shot underneath the basket by Anna Appleberg is no good, and there's a jump ball called for on the rebound. Possession arrow, going to keep it with Collinsville. Actually, no.
Yeah, Collinsville had the first possession of the quarter, so that means the jump ball goes the other way.
I was just looking at the screen up top.
Well, the refs kept track of that. I think they may have missed it.
So I was a little confused myself. I also thought it was Carl Albert, but then was thrown off. The Titans trying to have the ball stolen on the pass. Collinsville almost loses it, but ends up back with it on the break. Pass is deflected out of the hands. A Reed, fight for it.
Another jump
ball on the floor.
Well, we know who has it this time, right?
Yes, we do. There will be no confusion on this one. It's going to stay with the Cardinal with 7:23 remaining in the first half.
It's an interesting game from Audrey Plunkett. She has made some mistakes on offense. She does have a basket and an assist. On defense, though, she's been a force because she has such a great combination of size and speed. Meanwhile, we're seeing Coach DeCamp of Collinsville takes issue with something. I don't know if she thought a foul should be called.
Well, it seems like they're not sure whose possession it is, even though, okay, now it looks like Collinsville's going to step out and inbound it, but that wasn't a sure thing a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, and of course, if you're in this type of environment for Collinsville, you're playing the home team. So you're obviously going to be a little extra sensitive about that.
Collinsville inbounds to Kate Reed. Reed hands it off to Brader. Now it's Armstrong on the left wing. On the right wing is Reed again. Shot is up and good.
Well, Reed saw that Carl Albert went for the steal, so she had a bit of a driving lane. Pulled up kind of quickly, took a wild shot, but she made it. And now we're going to see, I think that's Jordan Richardson get fouled.
That should send her to the free throw line to shoot two, as her scoop shot was not able to fall.
She was really good in the second half against Lawton MacArthur. She even started that half. Titans won a big game there. keeping themselves undefeated in district play. That's supposed to be one of the teams that's going to be competitive for a district title with Carl Albert.
She knocks down the first free throw. Free throws brought to you by Tooney Buys Houses. Tooney buys homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, please call them today for a cash offer, 405-931-3046, as Richardson knocks down both free throws to tie the game up at 9.
It should be 10-9, by the way, Sean. I'm going to say it should be 10-9, but we'll see if they update it.
Collinsville able to get through that Titan pressure. They're not letting the Cardinals off easy here as they bring the ball up the court. Brader now trying to get around her defender, dumps it off underneath the bucket. Shot is blocked, and it ends up in the hands of Audrey Plunkett. She loses control of it for a moment, gets it back, then has it taken away. Now she's going to get called on a foul that was minimal at best.
No, see, what happens is the ref wants to call a foul just because a player falls down, and that's 2 on Audrey Plunkett, who, again, that whole sequence shows what I'm talking about with her, Sean. Unbelievable on defense, and then on offense, she's just trying to do too much or is just not having the court awareness she needs. And that cost her a foul right there. Now she's going to come out. She might have been coming out anyway, but because she has 2, that's going to make things interesting.
And that's the first team foul of the quarter for the Titans, as Hayden Harrell is just all over.
Now that is a foul.
Brader.
She's jumping up and down like, no, not on me, but there's plenty of body contact there.
Yeah, she wasn't going to let Brader do anything easily, trying to get that ball up the court.
She's kind of like Muggsy Bogues, the way she wants to pressure that point guard, make life miserable for her.
Inbound, that's Collinsville. Armstrong had it, then now it ends up in the hands of Kate Reed. Reed back to Armstrong in the corner, and there's a timeout called.
By Collinsville, it'll be at 30 seconds, so we can keep it here.
Collinsville doing a really good job staying in this game so far, defensively especially, creating a lot of turnovers here in the first half.
Well, if I had any critique of Carl Albert over the years, and this is actually a credit to Coach Ritchie, by the way, they win, they get to the state tournament, they made it 4 years in a row. They do it without a real good scorer. You know, they just don't have that player that you can give the ball to and, hey, score 20 for me. And so in their half-court offense can get stagnant sometimes, and Collinsville has defended them well. They defend the paint real well. And so, yes, it's a very competitive game. Well, we've had 4 competitive games already, but I think for Carl Albert, it's just a matter of can they get some type of ball movement or have one player step up and score. And right now they're going to give up some size here, too, because Plunkett is out. So Carl has gotten shorter.
Brader inbounding for the Cardinals to Armstrong. Armstrong uses her shoulder to get some separation, tries the entry pass to Appleberg, but it just goes out of her reach and out of bounds. Appleberg seemed like she was kind of set in her position and didn't really want to move from it to get to the ball, and it cost the Cardinals.
That's a tough post entry pass. It's the right idea if you can move your players around a little bit because Appleberg has a clear size advantage right now. So Collinsville should be looking to go inside to her, but they just need to execute better.
Another turnover there.
By Appleberg.
Yeah, Appleberg taking it away from Jakari Brown. Brown did a good job driving baseline. I think she wanted it to kick it out for a corner 3, but Appleberg was just there to swipe it away. And now we get a 10-second count.
They're having whoever is defending the point guard, whether it's Harrell or Evie Mitchell. I won't specify Evie Mitchell because her sister's on this team, but whoever's doing it, they're hounding the point guard, and that's the second time they forced a 10 count.
2-3 zone now for the Cardinals. Now down into the corner. Shot is up and no good for Richardson. Trying to get it out in transition are the Cardinals, and they overthrow the intended receiver, Avery Oder. Ball goes out of bounds and back to the Titans. Both these teams struggle with turnovers here in the first half.
Yeah, on offense, I think, Collinsville, you got to pick your spots if you want to push the ball against Carl Albert. They usually have a pretty good transition defense.
Trying to set a pick there for Harrell. Three-pointer on the way for Mitchell's no good. Evie Mitchell, that is. Rebound to Collinsville. They get it across half court. Now back to Brader. She's being guarded very tightly by Jordan Richardson. She gets it over to Kate Reed. Reed tries the entry pass to Oder, but it's off Oder's hands and taken away by the Titans, who bring it back the other direction. Floater in the lane is no good for Brown. Ball goes out of bounds off Brown, and it's going to go back to Collinsville.
That floater has not been there for Jakari Brown at all. She may want to consider just trying to go all the way to the basket, initiating contact, and seeing if she can get to the foul line. Meanwhile, as far as Collinsville goes, they're trying to go inside, Sean, but the thing about Carl Albert is because they're usually an undersized team, they're very well prepared for teams throwing it inside on them, and they crowd the paint really well. They actually make it hard to throw inside the ball.
Yeah, you've seen already they do a really good job of getting hands in passing lanes and really breaking up any idea of an offense that you're trying to run if you're Collinsville. Armstrong gets the ball down low, and the shot is off the glass and good for Avery Oder, and that gives the Cardinals the lead, 11-10. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Collinsville got the ball in the high post and lobbed the pass to the low post. That's actually a very good post angle there.
Looked for a second like Sutton wanted to shoot that three. She gives it away. The shot from the right elbow is good for Evie Mitchell, and the Titans retake the lead, 12-11.
Always happy to see Evie Mitchell score. Remember, 2 years ago, Sean, you didn't call her name when you called that Carl Albert Tahlequah game because she was out for the season with a knee injury. So it's her first full – she was back last season, but this is where she's really healthy now.
Was that 2 seasons ago? My
2 seasons
ago.
life
is going by way faster than I imagined. Driving baseline
and
putting it up as Hayden McDowell. It's no good, but the rebound goes back to the Cardinals. They're going to reset the offense here with 3:15 remaining in the first half. Kobe Brader is being guarded very tightly by Malia Hatchett. She's going to hand the ball off to McDowell. McDowell on the low block, tries the scoop shot. It's no good. Rebound and putback, though, is good for Anna Appleberg.
Well, no Plunkett in. Appleberg just has a big size advantage against any player that Carl Albert currently has, and that's one way you take advantage of it, the offensive glass. It's a good drive by, was that Harrell there. I mean, she's very undersized, but she wanted to scoop that in, and that led to a reach-in by Appleberg.
Standing at 5'1" is Harrell.
I'm not sure if she's that tall. I don't know if you heard of either one of her brothers. Jaden was on the state championship team 4 years ago on the boys' side, of course. As we see these Toonie Buys houses free throws. And then I want to say Mason Harrell was the name of her oldest brother, who was starred, and he was a stud.
Yep, I do. I have called games involving Mason Harrell, for sure.
2016 state championship team.
And the second free throw is up and good. And the Titans tie the game up at 13 with 2:47 remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, so when it comes to fundamentals and everything like that, you could tell that Hayden has a good basketball pedigree. She does everything right.
You can tell by how quick she is with her hands and her feet. She steals it away right there. A lot of athletic ability as well, and she's got a 1-on-2 break. She dishes it off, and the lay-in is good for Jordan Richardson and give Hayden Harrell the assist following the steal.
That's her ideal sequence, a steal and an assist.
15-13 now. The Titans with the lead as they almost get another turnover, and we have a timeout called on the floor by Collinsville with 2:22 left to play here in the first half. I believe it's a 30-second timeout.
Yep.
So we'll go ahead and keep it here. Like I said, the Titans have their biggest lead of the game since the opening three-pointer. That was a 3-0 lead. Now it's 15-13, a 2-point lead. This has been a very close game this entire first half.
Again, Carl Albert on their half-court offense, they don't have that one player they can rely on. They don't run a lot of complicated sets, but what they do have is defense, and at some point they rely on their defense to wear down a team. That happened on that last basket, and then of course we saw Hayden Harrell find her spot to drive and get to the free throw line. So they're finding ways to score right now as Carl Albert without their two best players, and that being Plunkett and Jakari Brown.
Yeah, you've seen how their defense creates offense for them. So even sometimes the half-court offense isn't working like they want, they can still create offense off their defense.
Yeah, that's their signature. That's how they win games. And Jakari Brown back in.
Kobe Brader now with the ball. They work it. Collinsville trying to work it down into the right corner, but it goes off of Kate Reed out of bounds, and it's another Cardinal turnover with 2:13 remaining in the first half.
And that's what the Titans try to do. They speed you up, They want you to force a difficult pass or a pass you're not used to and hoping you'll make a mistake, and that's what happened right there.
Harrell goes around her defender off the pick. Her shot, it's a 2. They're going to say it was a 2. The long 2 is good, and Harrell increases the lead to 4. 17-13. Carl Albert leads Collinsville.
And she wanted that 3, but it looked close. I think that was the right call.
And almost another turnover.
She was a couple inches taller.
By the Titan defense. But Peyton Jones able to save it, but then gets tied up.
Vicious jump ball there.
Heavy Mitchell, and then does a full. I mean, I'm sure they have their wrestling matches at Carl Albert in this same gym, and that's what that one looked like.
They do, and Heavy Mitchell could probably be good at it.
She just threw her over.
If you're here earlier in the day on a weekday, I know you can't make it early in the day, Sean, but the wrestlers, you hear them. in the room behind us. Some loud thuds.
Three-pointer is no good. Mitchell on the shot there. Rebound to Collinsville. And then Kobe Brader has it taken away. Oh, finally, it's gathered on the floor, and it's a good look underneath the basket for Collinsville. And Peyton Jones is able to finish that off to cut the lead to 17-15. Three-pointer from Jakari Brown is no good, but the rebound stays with the Titans. Scoop shot from Harrell is no good.
She's I've never seen her this aggressive. That was an amazing shot to take. And the fact that it almost went in is pretty amazing.
You tell she can definitely likes her matchups and her ability to get around a defender, and she's taking advantage of it. That was a good-looking shot, just didn't fall for her as there's 40 seconds left.
See that?
And we have a foul away from the ball, it looked like. Double foul, okay.
So Mitchell, and I didn't see the player for Collinsville, but they've been going at it. I think that was Jones.
That's going to be on Kobe Brader. Nope, Mitchell, and then Peyton Jones.
Yeah.
And I believe those may have been the two that got tied up on the toss earlier in the loose ball.
You are correct.
So they haven't given up yet on trying to see who's going to get the early points on the takedown.
Now Mitchell will switch on to a different player.
It's probably a good call.
Yeah, but that's Armstrong she's on.
Peyton Jones inbounds to Ella Armstrong. And Jones gets it back. 33 seconds left to play in the first half. Entry pass to Appleberg. She can't bring it in, and it's stolen away.
That's what I'm talking about with Carl Albert's defense. Jakari Brown anticipated that post pass.
Three-pointer on the way is short for Kinley Sutton. Ball's going to go out of bounds off the Cardinals. The Titans going to inbound it with 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. First half brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings at 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City. Inbounds to Brown. Being guarded by Brader. Gives it off to Mitchell. Now Richardson going to drive, put it off the glass. It's no good. Rebound. Goes to Armstrong. They got 4 seconds to get a shot off this Collinsville from the volleyball line, the timeline, and it is well short, and that's going to bring it into the first half, where after one, Carl Albert leads Collinsville 17-15. Jordan, it was not the prettiest first half of basketball here. A lot of turnovers for both teams.
No, big deal there for Carl Albert. They held the line really good on defense without their best defender, Audrey Plunkett, out with foul trouble in the second quarter. And so, they're actually in good shape because usually they're more of a second-half team. At some point, their shooters get hot, and they usually get hot on that other goal.
That's good to know for them, as that's where they'll be facing in the second half. At the half, Carl Albert leads Collinsville 17-15. You're watching the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please print back the Monterey melt. Print back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're printing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Print it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
How can you describe Whataburger's honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich? The chicken just has a certain... And then there's the sauce that just gives you a little bit of... And the cheese? It's the exact right amount of... It's almost too hard to put it into... Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. The honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich at Whataburger. Just like you like it.
The honey butter chicken biscuit at Whataburger, available from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Only it's not that time right now, so it's not available. Instead, we must sit here until 11 p.m. watching footage of the flaky, crispy, buttery goodness that is the honey butter chicken biscuit. Once again, our desires are denied by, ooh, look, the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich. That'll hold us over till 11 p.m. What a burger.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Welcome back. About a minute until halftime is over here at the Titan Classic. First game of the evening session between the Carl Albert and Collinsville girls finds the Titans leading the Cardinals 17-15. Titan Classic is brought to you in part by J.R. Rowlett Realty. Once a Titan, always a Titan. Use this Titan, J.R. Rowlett, for all your real estate needs. Call 405-445-8971. That's J.R. Rowlett Realty, the title sponsor of the Titan Classic. was a very messy, I guess would be a nice way to describe it, first half, as both teams with a good number of turnovers. Collinsville with 13, Carl Albert with 8. So the Titans and Cardinals both hoping for a little bit cleaner basketball as we're about to get underway here in the second half.
Important thing for Carl Albert, keep Audrey Plunkett out of foul trouble and figure out some consistent go-to in your half-court offense. For Collinsville, you just got to make careful passes. You know, they try to go inside. Carl Albert's ready for it. You have to kind of anticipate where they're coming from, and maybe you can find some open shooters on the backside.
Both teams probably looking to shoot a little better in the second half as well. Carl Albert only shot 25% from the field in the first half. Collinsville 37%, but they took 5 fewer shots. Collinsville with the ball as we get underway here in the second half. Anna Appleberg throws it away. As the second half is brought to you by CK12 Designs. They have a new showroom located on Automobile Alley as the shot doesn't fall for Carl Albert. It's in OKC across from Hideaway Pizza. From custom dining tables, mantles, reclaimed beams, as well as custom cabinetry. Come visit, tell us what you think of the new showroom. And take a custom charcuterie board while supplies last. That's CK12 Designs in Oklahoma City, 820 North Broadway, also at 8209 Northeast 23rd Street.
Yeah, Jakari Brown missed that layup. Sometimes, again, she had that 3 to start out with, struggled shooting-wise. And, again, just it's so hard to throw over the top against Carl Albert. It's not because they're tallest, because they just identified so well. They practice against size.
And
they have an assistant coach who's 6'10". I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but I think he does play against them some.
Well, and you tell every single time they're positioned almost perfectly defensively to make sure the entry pass is not an easy pass.
Yeah. They'll front and then they'll have players on the backside ready for a lob.
Harrell with the drive and shot. The shot doesn't fall, but she does draw the foul, and she'll go to the free throw line to shoot her Toonie Buys Houses free throws.
The impressive thing there, as we about to see some Toonie Buys Houses free throws, is that became a shooting foul. So that was a good job by Harrell anticipating the contact and what is normally a foul on the floor.
Harrell knocks down her first free throw. That increases the Titan lead to 18-15. She gets set for her second. Off the front rim, no good. Rebound goes to Appleberg. Collinsville trying to get up court before the Titan defense can get set. McDowell has Harrell in her back pocket. She finally gets rid of it.
I think front pocket, too.
Now McDowell gets it back on the right wing to Armstrong. Collinsville just passing it, trying to find a good shot. They have not been easy to come by for the Cardinal today. Appleberg has her pass deflected and stolen into the hands of Jakari Brown.
That's his textbook Audrey Plunkett right there.
Three-pointer is on the way, off the front, no good for Malia Hatchett. Looks like there's a foul on the rebound. That one's going to go on Evie Mitchell. Evie Mitchell, that's her second personal. Team foul number 1 here in the third quarter for the Titans. Under 6 minutes to play in the third. Titans lead 18-15. McDowell tries the spin move on Mitchell. It's no good. Gets it down to Appleberg down low. Dribbles around her defender, but that shot is not a good look, but there to put it back in on the rebound is Ella Armstrong for 2.
Now Appleberg got a clean look there, but still drew a bit of a crowd, and that's how Armstrong was able to come in and get that offensive rebound.
Harrell kicked it out into the corner. And now we had a good look at Hatchett underneath the basket, but it was stolen away by Collinsville on the entry pass. And now that court pass is almost stolen, but Audrey Plunkett goes out of bounds, so it'll stay with the Cardinal, inbound in front of their bench.
Yeah, I'm going to see Jakari Brown come out earlier than normal. I think Coach Ritchie's just trying to kind of calm her down there and get her reset.
Harrell.
A rough third quarter.
Hayden McDowell inbounding. Both threes on both teams, named Hayden.
It's a good steal there by Appleberg. That's the third foul on Plunkett, and that's why it's still good to go inside, even though Plunkett is a tough defender for Appleberg. It's the foul trouble. She wants to stay in.
That's exactly why you go to Appleberg early here in the third. She has 2 starting the quarter. You want to try to get her in foul trouble, and they've done that so far, as it's a second team foul. Kobe Brader passes it over. Now they get it down low to Appleberg again. Appleberg taking it at Plunkett. Plunkett blocks the shot, has it deflected away, and then gets it back. Now she's going full court, taking it, puts it off the glass and in, but they're going to call her for the charge, and she now has 4 personal fouls with 4:54 left to play in the third, so she probably is going to be sitting for a while.
She did such a good job on defense, too. It's like, I think when she says, I want to stay in, she's thinking, okay, I can play defense. I know how to play defense without fouling. Unfortunately, she commits an offensive foul. And it was a rough one. I thought the defender was too far into the basket.
Ella Armstrong off the glass for 2, and the Cardinals retake the lead, 19-18. Their first lead of the second half.
Yeah, they're getting comfortable now at attacking the paint as Collinsville.
And they have Collinsville with another steal. And that was Kobe Brader. Tried to draw the foul there, and she gets called for the offensive foul. I mean, she put her whole body into drawing a foul and gets called for the offensive foul.
Hayden Harold, I just don't think she got there in time. I feel like it was a makeup call. I didn't like either of those offensive fouls.
That's the first personal on Kobe Brader. It's the second team foul against the Cardinals. We have a timeout on the floor. It's 4:17 remaining in the third quarter. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a break. Collinsville leads Carl Albert 19-18. This is the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Experience the best wash in town at Tommy's Express. You'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today.
Welcome back to the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carl Albert inbounding. Hayden Harrell setting up the offense for the Titans. He gets it to Jordan Richardson, who gives it back to Harrell. Harrell taking it into the lane, off the glass and in for 2. Hayden Harrell showing the speed, what separates her from most other players on the court.
Yeah, I have not seen this from her. I haven't watched all of Carl Albert games, but I haven't seen her be this aggressive shooting. And she just took Collinsville by surprise.
And then on the inbound, Carl Albert's able to force a turnover, and they'll get the ball out of bounds down in the corner where they'll inbound from. Harrell down in the corner to Richardson. Richardson tries to take it down low, stumbles, loses control. There's a jump ball on the floor. And it's going to stay with Carl Albert with 3:51 remaining in the third quarter. J.R. Rowlett Realty, the 2025 Titan Classic title sponsor. Thinking of buying or selling your home? Give J.R. Rowlett a call at 405-445-8971.
Someone was down for Collinsville, but Jordan Richardson for Carl Albert. Tough game so far. She tried to create something that it didn't have the space for it. It's fortunate that her team still has the ball.
Mitchell going to be inbounding for the Titans. Gets it into Brown. Brown, kind of a running jump shot, maybe.
Yeah, it's been wild.
That was a bit of wild is a good way to put it.
Richardson and Brown have been being a bit too wild here. And then
we have a double
turnover.
dribble called against Collinsville. Another turnover against the Cardinals, that one on Kate Reed. We've seen a double dribble and a carry called today so far. You don't see those every single night.
No, but that's what the Titans try to do on defense. They just want to pressure you and hope that even if, 9 times out of 10 you make a mistake, that one extra time still will help them out.
Brown now in the left corner. Tries to get it down low.
Her passing has not been good.
Ball goes out of bounds.
I mean, Sutton was just not open there. But again, Carlbert retains possession.
Brown's going to inbound. She gets it to Sutton. Sutton, who hit a 3 earlier in the first half, decides to pass it, and it's a tie up on the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Looks like there's going to be a foul called.
Yes.
That one's going to go on Hayden McDowell. That's her first personal and the third team foul against the Cardinals here in the third.
Collinsville's trying to take away that pass on the wing.
The entry pass to Hatchett is knocked away, but she gets it back. Back to Brown. Three-pointer on the way is no good. Rebound goes to Hayden McDowell, but she's harassed as soon as she gets it. Now there's a struggle with Appleberg. Appleberg ends up falling over the top of McDowell, and it's going to be a jump ball that's going to go back to Collinsville as that Titan defense once again asserting itself, making nothing easy for the Cardinals.
A lot of times when a team gets a defensive rebound, the other team gets back. Not Carl Albert. When the other team gets a defensive rebound, they still think it's their ball.
McDowell lost the ball there, then picked it back up. It looked like Coach Ritchie wanted a double dribble call, and I think he may have been justified in that, but doesn't get it. Meanwhile, Collinsville with Avery Oder on the right wing. She brings it back up top. As the Cardinal look to reset as the entry pass for Appleberg is almost stolen. She gets it back to Reed. And there's a travel on the floor before the shot. Oh, they're going to say a foul before the shot, or before the travel, I guess.
There's definitely a travel.
Absolutely. That foul is going to go on Jakari Brown. That is her second personal. It's the fourth team foul against Carl Albert.
Why are we seeing free throws? I don't think there was a shot attempt. It's 4 fouls.
I don't think so. I was wondering the same thing. I was wondering maybe if yeah, okay. The next foul, though, will be 2 free throws.
Here, Coach Rich, I think he'll diamond. I don't know what that means exactly, but we're about to find out.
Collinsville inbounding to Appleberg. Appleberg off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Richardson. She brings the ball back up court in a hurry. Three-pointer on the way, in and out and in for Hayden Harrell. Harrell's three-pointer increases the Titans' lead to 4, 23-19.
She's having herself a night.
Indeed she is.
Again, usually other players, she defers to other players to score. She usually does, but tonight she's not. It's been good for Carl Albert. Oh, they're going to call a hooking foul, too, on Collinsville. And, again, that's created by guess who?
Hayden Harrell. Kobe Brader called for the offensive foul.
And the more I watch her play, I can't wait to see what she's like as a finished product, as a high school player anyway, in a couple years, because she's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's something we haven't even really mentioned since the beginning. Only a sophomore and controlling the game like she has so far. That's the second foul on Brader for the Cardinal, and they have 14 fouls as well. Cross-court pass to Richardson. Down in the corner to Sutton. Her three is on the way. No good. Rebound stays with the Titans. Putback is no good. That was Hatchett on the putback, and then the rebound goes to Collinsville with a minute and a half to play in the third quarter. Appleberg giving it to Brader.
See how Brown kind of made an attempt at a steal there because her band wasn't crossing the timeline yet. That's the sort of thing Carlbert does a lot of. Nice play,
look.
Though.
Yeah, good look underneath the basket and an easy lay-in for Kate Reed.
Collinsville runs good half-court sets to get players like Reed open when they, from the backside. They do get good looks at that sometimes.
Carl Albert, though, has done a good job defensively cutting a lot of those off. But that time, Reed was able to get behind everybody, and a good entry pass to her resulted in an easy 2.
And the half-court set for Carl Albert. They need to be very careful throwing the ball into the corner. They've done that a few times, and Collinsville hasn't trapped. You see a three-point attempt by Brown. But they forced the pass out of it to be very difficult. And Hayden Harrell, man.
The rebound and the putback for Hayden Harrell brings it back to 4.
Smallest player on the court. And she gets the offensive rebound and the putback.
Kate Reed there, a little bit of trouble with the pass, but regains possession. As Cardinals have 37 seconds left in the third quarter. Kobe Brader with Harrell. Right up on her to Armstrong. Armstrong trying to get around Richardson. Spins in the lane, and she's going to draw the foul. That should send her to the line to shoot two.
Armstrong made a good initial move, but Richardson recovered well, and then Armstrong kind of got bailed out there, but I'm not saying it was a bad call, but Richardson had her defended well up to that point.
That's Richardson's first personal and the 15th foul for the Titans. So Ella Armstrong will shoot 2 free throws. First one is good. That cuts the lead to 3, 25-22 Titans.
See, Armstrong's left-handed. That may explain why she didn't attack the basket all the way. She needs to be more comfortable shooting with her right hand.
Second Tooney by Holmes free throw is too strong. Rebound, though, stays with Appleberg. She kicks it out for a three-pointer from Kobe Brader. It's no good. Rebound to the Titans. Quickly up the court comes Mitchell. She puts it up over 2 defenders. No good. Rebound to Sutton. Her putback's no good, and Armstrong ends up with the rebound for Collinsville, and is a smart move of getting rid of it in a hurry. Now the pass is, not the pass, the dribble stolen away by Carl Albert. And
foul's called. It's not going to be free throws, though, because it's only the 4th foul on Collinsville. I'll tell you that I'm amazed that the Titans play defense like that at the end of the quarter when they have 4 fouls on them.
That was the 15th foul.
No, it is 5 fouls.
Yep,
I keep looking at timeouts, Sean. This is the first day I've called games here this season. I know I've called a lot of games here, but it's been several months.
I understand. Every scoreboard, I'm in a different gym like every time. So
yeah.
Every time I'm having to acclimate myself to a new environment. The first Tooney buys Holmes free throw is up and good for Sutton.
That's a massive foul call then. You look at how much time's left. But, yeah, I've been to, let's see, Bethany, Classen SAS, Midwest City in the last 9 days or so.
Second free throw is good for Sutton as well. It's a 5-point lead for the Titans, their biggest lead of the game, as the full court heave at the buzzer falls short. And after 3, the Titans, with a 5-point lead, they lead Collinsville 27-22. We'll be back right after this. This is the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Welcome back to the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Fourth quarter about to get underway here at Carl Albert High School, with the Titans leading Collinsville 27-22.
Again, Carl Albert ends the quarter pretty well, and they do it without Plunkett on the court. Very good accomplishment for him.
Three-pointer from Sutton from the left corner on the way. A little short. Rebound goes to Collinsville. With the rebound is Kobe Brader. Honestly, these Collinsville jerseys, you have to see them in the right light with the red on blue if you want to make out that number.
I'm shocked they wear blue, to be honest. The Cardinals supposed to wear red, which
right?
They do wear red, but they decided to add another color to that and then get it inside, draw a foul.
Hayden McDowell's shot is no good, but she does draw the foul on Kinley Sutton. That's Sutton's first personal and the first team foul here in the fourth quarter for the Titans.
Something to keep an eye on, Sean. How long will Richie go before he goes back to Plunkett?
I would guess about halfway. I imagine we'll see her probably about the 4-minute mark, especially as long as the Titans continue to hold the lead.
It's a good guess. I think it's just going to depend on the score.
First free throw is good. Second Tooney buys Holmes free throw is no good. The rebound ends up in the hands of Evie Mitchell. Shakari Brown with the ball, passes it over to Jordan Richardson. Now the Titans work it over to Harrell. Now it's Richardson again. Being guarded by Jenna Christian. Pass to Harrell. Bounces away, but she's able to corral it, and now is going to draw the foul on the reach from Kobe Brader.
Brader's got to know when you're playing against a player who's only 5 feet tall, you're not going to poke the ball from her. She's too low to the ground. That's not a good risk there to take. And it's her fourth.
Fourth personal foul.
There's an art to playing with foul trouble, Sean, and high school players are still learning that.
Well, and she's not in the best position, and she's been guarding Harrell for a good part of the night.
True.
Now Hatchett gets it over to Richardson. Being guarded by Armstrong. She falls as she passes it away. The three-pointer is short for Hatchett, and the rebound goes to the Cardinals. Hayden McDowell quickly up court to Jenna Christian. Christian picks up her dribble.
Good pass.
Three-pointer on the way is short. Rebound to Armstrong. Her putback is short, and there's going to be a foul called on the floor.
We've had 2 Titan players fall down, and I think it's on Collinsville. Yeah,
it is.
Armstrong, I don't know what she was doing. She did not need to back in like that. She was in good position as soon as she caught it to just go back up. And, again, Plunkett's not in, so Carl Albert does not have any shot blockers out there.
That foul was called on Anna Appleberg for the Cardinals. That's her second personal, second team foul for Collinsville. Hatchett is going to hand it off to Brown. Brown trying to create offense off the dribble, decides to give it to Richardson instead. And we get a jump ball called for in the lane. And it's going to go back to Collinsville. 6:08 left to play in the game. The Cardinal trailing the Titan by 4, 27-23. I'm Sean Thurman alongside Jordan Ray here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Richardson's got to recognize when that lane collapses, it's not going to work for her. She's had a bit of an off game here.
No easy passes for this Cardinals team. It's Carl Albert making everything they try to do difficult. Nice behind the back move there by McDowell. Picks up her dribble. Now gives it to Kate Reed. Jakari Brown is in her hip pocket. Ella Armstrong in the lane, puts up the shot.
3 seconds, I think.
She's going to get a 3-second call.
It's a good idea for Collinsville to bring in a high post when they're posting up Appleberg, but you got to be, again, careful. That's going to take a while. Appleberg's got to be aware of how long she's in the paint. But I'm pretty sure the 3 seconds is on her.
I agree. I think it was as well. Now Richardson looking for somebody, gets it over to Mitchell, who gives it back. They try to get it down low into the hands of Mitchell, and the ball's loose on the floor. It's picked up by Appleberg. Appleberg to Armstrong. And then deflected away by Mitchell, who gets it back. Now it's a 1-on-2 situation. And she gives it to Harrell. Now back to Mitchell for 3. It's short. Rebound goes to Collinsville. That's Kate Reed with the rebound. As the Cardinal gets it across half court.
By the way, I don't think Collinsville's made a 3 yet this game, have they?
I do not think they have. They made 1. They shot 25% from 3 in the first half. They definitely have not made 1 in the second half. Armstrong to Appleberg on the low block. She couple of dribbles off the glass, no good. Rebound to Brown. Brown to Harrell on the break. And Harrell has got to go off the glass and lays it in for 2. That increases the Titan lead to 6, 29-23. Carl Albert, 4:15 left to play in this basketball game. Armstrong into the paint. She's going to draw the foul. We'll see if they're going to give her the shot. They do.
Yeah. But again, Carl Albert on defense, somehow they force a miss. They just, again, they're undersized, but they find a way to get the stop, force the miss. And Harrell just got out in front, and they couldn't catch her. They came close, but I'm more confident with the ball in her hands shooting the layup than I am a lot of players who are a lot taller than her.
Hatchett is going to be called for the foul. That's her first personal, as Ella Armstrong is short on her first Tooney buys Homes free throw attempt. Tooney buys homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, give them a call, 405-931-3046. As there's a miss on the second free throw and a foul on the rebound attempt.
Oh, and Hatchett again. It's just 2 quick ones. Appleberg got that offensive rebound. So Sutton will be going to box out. Different player, of course, but she'll be the one down low.
First free throw is no good for Avery Oder.
We saw in the last girls' game, Sand Springs won against Putnam City just because of shooting almost, and that's kind of happening here as just can't make a shot is Collinsville, whether it's a free throw or a three. Although Carl's have a bit of a trouble on the glass.
That's 4 straight free throw misses for the Cardinals. And something you talked about in the first half with this Titans team, they will wear you down defensively until late in the game. You're just too tired to shoot it anymore, and that looks like what happened.
I don't know what Hatchie was doing there.
Me either, but it goes out of bounds. I think it was a shot, but
well, it was a shot. It just, amongst taller players.
Was not a good look at the basket either. But
Sure.
It is a 6-point Titan lead as their defense has continued to let them control this game.
I'm sure Dad will talk to her about it.
Kate Reed now is going to give it up for the three-pointer for McDowell. It's no good. Rebound goes to Mitchell. Mitchell gets out quick to Harrell. Harrell tries to find Hatchett cutting towards the basket, but the pass sails over her head and out of bounds. So it'll go back to Collinsville with 3.5 minutes remaining.
I think Harrell thought that Hatchett was going to spot up somewhere and not cut to the basket.
Brader kicks it out into the corner for a three-point attempt. It's short for Kate Reed. Rebound goes to Mitchell. Mitchell tries to take it directly at Jenna Christian.
And not a good height advantage there, or not a good idea for that type of shot.
Ball goes out of bounds off of Collinsville, and they have a timeout on the floor. 3:18 to play. Carl Albert leads 29-23. We'll be back right after this. It's the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Welcome back to the Titan Classic here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. The final girls' game of the first day of action sees Carl Albert leading Collinsville 29-23, 3:17 remaining in the basketball game.
These same schools will play the next game. Will be both boys teams. I haven't had a chance to announce the Carl Albert boys yet this year, so I'm not totally familiar with them. I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Brown with Plunkett just wide open on the cut, and she puts it off the glass for two. They waited till about 3 minutes left to play, so they gave her an extra minute, more than I predicted, but a lot of that had to do with the fact that Carl Albert has built themselves a comfortable lead here as they create another turnover. Mitchell to Plunkett, off the glass for two more. So Plunkett making up for all that lost time on these last two possessions, back-to-back buckets, and all of a sudden it's a 10-point Carl Albert lead, 33-23.
She's the player you want finishing around the basket of Plunkett, and she shows why. And we've got another full timeout.
33-23, Titans lead. It's the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Whataburger, please print back the Monterey melt. Print back. Okay, yeah, message received. We're printing it back. Grilled peppers and onions, 2 slices of melty cheese, and jalapeno ranch on 2 fresh beef patties. Print it on. The Whataburger Monterey melt is back. We brunched it all right. What a burger!
Welcome back to the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Taking a look at some games tomorrow. It's going to start with a 12 o'clock tip-off in a girls' game between Del City and Putnam City. Now follow that up with a boys' game at 1:30 between Edmond North and Norman. As you see, games continue throughout the day. We'll have them all for you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network from Carl Albert. As Collinsville now finds themselves trailing by double figures for the first time today. It's Carl Albert behind Audrey Plunkett here late in the fourth quarter has pulled away as Plunkett scored back-to-back buckets to make this a 10-point lead as the Carl Albert defense continues to just cause havoc offensively for any rhythm Collinsville wants to get in. Three-pointer on the way from Kate Reed is no good. Titans with the rebound.
I think we got to give a lot of credit there to almost a steal. Yeah, clear foul. I was going to say we should give a lot of credit to Evie Mitchell. She has not scored very much, but she has been really good on the boards and has just been and when the pressure defense comes, she's getting some steals. She's been at the right place at the right time a lot. And she won a wrestling match.
She did. Plunkett's first free throw is in and good. So Plunkett in the fourth quarter making up for all that time she missed. She got 4 fouls early in this third quarter and has sat out about 8 to 9 minutes of game time, but she's making up for it here late. Second free throw is good. She has 6 points in the last minute or so of game time, and it's now a 12-point Titan lead.
By the way, Jenna Christian for Collinsville, 4 fouls now.
Three-pointer for Collinsville is on the way. It's no good. That was Kobe Brader. Collinsville maintains possession, however, on the rebound.
There's one place Carl Albert's vulnerable. It could be the offensive glass, especially if the missed shot is around the basket.
Three-pointer on the way is no good. That one's too long for Kobe Brader. Another rebound, though, for Collinsville. Hayden McDowell is just going to fall on it and cover it up like a fumble. It's a jump ball.
Collinsville has possession, that may be why Coach didn't call a timeout there.
So Collinsville will maintain possession. That's checking in for Carl Albert is Hatchett.
Maybe the first time Harrell's come out. If not, it hasn't been much. She hasn't been out much, but she's going to be out now.
Inbounds to Appleberg. Appleberg tries to take it to the basket. Has it poked away. Gets it back now. Sutton underneath. She puts the shot up. Can't get it to fall. Rebound to Christian. Three-pointer on the way is no good, but Hayden McDowell is going to draw the foul on the attempt.
You know, I don't know if we saw this last game, Tracy, our stats guy. He can't hear me from here. But we've had a foul three-point attempt in all the other games.
Jakari Brown is called for the foul. That's her third personal. First free throw is on the way from Hayden Harrell. Free throw is brought to you by Tooney Buys Homes. They buy homes in any condition. If you or someone you know needs to sell a home for any reason, give them a call for a cash offer. 405-931-3046 as McDowell knocks down the second. Cuts it to a 10-point lead with 1:42 remaining in the game. Jordan Richardson checks back in for the Titans.
As does Hayden Harrell, who, again, you want her handling the basketball against any type of pressure. We'll see if Collinsville presses at all.
All 3 free throws are good for Collinsville. Harrell didn't even get any time technically off. She just got a brief break while free throws were being shot.
Maybe just get some instructions from the coach.
Plunkett gets too far underneath the basket. A shot off the underside of the rim, but she's going to draw the foul on the attempt. On the foul, it's going to be Jenna Christian, and that's number 5 for Christian. So the 5'8" junior forward will be done for the day. It's both teams now with 14 fouls with a minute and a half remaining in game time. Remember, coming up after this game, both these two teams will play again except in boys action. So the first free throw is up and good for Plunkett. Plunkett now with 7 points, I believe, here in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Remember early in the game, Crawford was stuck at 3 points for a long time. That's kind of just how it is with them. They'll have these stretches on offense where they're struggling a bit, but their defense always keeps them in the game, and then at some point they figure things out on offense.
Plunkett with 8 fourth-quarter points, giving the Titans a 37-26 lead. And the defense not slowing down for Kyle Ritchie's Titans. We have a timeout called on the floor by Kalen DeCamp, the coach of Collinsville. It's going to be a full timeout with 1:11 left to play, and the Titans leading 37-26. We'll be back right after this on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Welcome back to the Titan Classic on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 37-26, Carl Albert leads Collinsville with 1:11 left to play in the game. Still to come, we'll have our player of the game brought to you by Triple Elite Screen Printing.
We have a firm idea of who's going to win that.
Feel pretty good about it.
Yep.
Inbounding for Collinsville, it's McDowell. Brader trying to get a good look at three, but Titans not allowing that. Cross-court pass.
Titans will go zone here.
And now Brader's shot from the low block is a little long.
I tell you, Appleberg, she is physical. She's had a tough time shooting around the paint. I think she's put so much energy into getting open that when she gets the ball, she just isn't, I don't know, have a hard time concentrating when she shoots it, but she is a physical player.
That foul is going to go on Richardson. That's her second personal, but it's the 15th foul of the quarter for the Titans, so that's going to send Appleberg to the line to shoot 2 free throws with 52 seconds remaining. First one is too long. Second Tooney buys Holmes free throw coming up.
Neither team shot well, but the difference in this game is Collinsville shot much worse. Just had a hard time from the free throw line or three-point line.
Second free throw is long. Rebound picked up by the Titans.
Yep, definitely double dribble. I think it's on Hatchett.
Yeah, Malia Hatchett on the rebound, called for the double dribble. So that'll give ball back to the Cardinals with 49 seconds remaining here in the game. Inbound to Brader.
It's a good trap there.
Yep, and they get the tie-up at the very least, and they do.
With Titan basketball, they know when to trap. They just have a very good instincts as to when they can gamble, when they can. They don't have to just stick to their player, or in the case of a zone, they can leave their area a bit and find the right time to double team, and they usually get good results.
Inbound to Plunkett. She'll bring it up the court. She's going to get rid of it near half court. Over to Brown as the Titans look happy to just run some time, as Armstrong is going to foul Plunkett with 30.9 seconds remaining, and that's going to send Plunkett to the free throw line to shoot 2. She has a chance here. She knocks down both these to finish with 10 fourth quarter. Not finished, still 30 seconds left, but it would give her 10 fourth quarter points. But I think at this point we can say that our Triple Elite Screen Printing player of the game is going to be Hayden Harrell for the Titans, just doing a little bit of everything for Carl Albert as Plunkett knocks down that first Tooney buys Holmes free throw. Harrell, both defensively and offensively, just a sophomore at 5'1", has led the Titans. With Plunkett in foul trouble for a good portion of this game, she's a good reason they find themselves with a 39-26 lead. So Hayden Harrell, your Triple Elite Screen Printing, where you can find world-class designs and hot new styles, player of the game. Three-pointer on the way is good for Kobe Brader. That's brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you in Choctaw at 405-281-6700 and at Del City at 405-670-3665. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them.
We'll keep it here.
Okay, we'll keep it here.
So close to the end of this game. And I want to say a few things here. First of all, you're right about Harold. And in fact, you summarized it well because they Carl Albert was able to play well and keep the scoreboard in their favor while Plunkett was in foul trouble, and Hayden Harrell was probably the number one reason why. And again, it wasn't just scoring, but she scored more than she normally does, or at least when I watch her play, because she doesn't look to shoot as much. On defense, though, she was the ultimate pest.
Yeah,
And
normally we saw in the first half a lot of her trying to create offense, but in the third quarter especially, offensively, she just took over. Like, that's when that's when the Titans really needed her to be aggressive, and she did, both at getting to the basket, hitting shots at the basket. She knocked down a 3 from the corner, and she got to the free throw line, and when she did, she made her free throws.
Yeah, she did. She's played a very complete game. And part of the story is Collinsville, we were told they hit a 3 in the first half. We don't remember it. We're just going to say it happened. They finally hit another one. That's been a big storyline. They just haven't shot the ball very well.
Hayden Harrell with 13 points in the game to lead Carl Albert in scoring as the Titans get it across half court, and they're going to foul Jakari Brown with 7 seconds remaining. 7 seconds and a 10-point lead. I don't know if a foul's necessary, but they'll go ahead and send her to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 7 seconds.
These players are like soldiers, and they do what the general says until the general says to stop doing it.
I'm just not quite sure why the general sent those instructions to the battlefield.
Yeah. No, but what I mean is they're going to wait till they're told to stop fouling.
Right.
So the general didn't do that.
First free throw is good for Jakari Brown. 40-29 lead for the Titans.
Now, we'll have a winner of this round-robin deal at Carl Albert this year. It's not a tournament, but it's going to be based on standings, win-loss records. So Carl Albert will go to 1-0, Collinsville 0-1, and we'll see how it plays out the next couple of days.
Three-pointer on the way is no good. Put back at the buzzer is no good for Collinsville, and that's going to do it as the Titans open up the Titan Classic with a 41-29 victory over Collinsville. Coming up, we're going to have the boys matchup between Carl Albert and Collinsville. We're going to take a break, and we'll have that right after this.
It'll be a different stream, by the way.
It will be a different stream here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.